So here we are then for a brand new episode of the MotoGP 20 career mode, and this time if we look at the standings you can see we are joint top with Marquez, and Quartararo is suddenly closing us down and is only 28 points behind us in the championship race. So in terms of development, I think it's time to turn our attention to the engine soon, so another week or so we should have enough to get started on some more development there. In terms of the frame then, we can do this little node here to increase rigidity, minimize vibrations, and it says the improvement is better distance, whatever that means. But this is better bend entry, so you know what, I'm going to wait for that. We'll wait for that frame upgrade. In terms of aero then, we can start on an aero upgrade, which I will do. We'll get our aero person on it, who is this guy, and then hopefully that will... Oh, he was working on the electronics, so that's pumped that up to another week, but we'll leave it as it is. This will be fine. So like I say, in another week or two we should be able to get onto the engine upgrade, which we need at least 4,500. Or we can go down here for greater torque or reduced fuel consumption. So I'll leave that. So we'll do that at the end of the next Grand Prix. So the next race is actually, it's actually the Finnish Grand Prix. So a tough old circuit for us. And then we have Brno. So this could be a tricky old race. And let's see how we get on, shall we? So this is Q1. The reason I'm showing Q1 is it's full wet conditions here in Q1, and it will be in Q2, and it will be in the race as well. So whatever happens, we've got to get a lot of wet practice in, and I always struggle around here, and I don't know if the wet weather's going to help us out or not, so I thought I'd show qualifying one anyway, just in case we don't make it through into Q2. But look at the conditions out here. I fueled the bike for 3 laps just to give us a 3-lap stint to get dialed into the track, so let's see how we get on, shall we? So I'm struggling so bad around here, and I just can't find any grip. And I think I actually really dislike this circuit. 2 seconds off, you know what, I just can't be arsed with trying to find my way around this track anymore. So I'm just going to get into the race. We didn't end up last somehow, so others were struggling. But I just had absolutely no pace. Let's just get into the race. Hopefully we can do something from the back of the grid. It is these wet conditions as well, which isn't ideal. At least in the dry, we've got experience of this circuit, so we'll see what happens. But it is Dovi on pole by the looks of things. Yes, Dovi, Quartararo, then Marquez. So we could really lose the lead in the championship here. We're joint top of the championship at the minute with Marquez. But let's see, shall we? Hopefully we get a better race. We have good pace in the race with our bike in the wet, so that's all I got to count on really. But I do have a problem round here at Finland. So let's see. Coming into turn 1 then, just trying to find a gap. There's a lot of spray everywhere, and it's really... Whoa! Collision with our former teammate, and down he goes. There's more crashes. Someone behind us crashed as well, I think. That is crazy. Slight collision here, the slightest tap, and it's just no grip out on track, so it means everyone's just struggling for grip out here, and we're just going to come late as we can on the brakes at the end of this straight. You can see we're going very cautious, taking a bit of a narrow line there, almost to make a collision with our other former teammate at Aprilia, which is not what we need, but we find ourselves in P11 right now, so this could be the start we need to start our recovery here at the Finnish Grand Prix. And you can see there Jack Miller getting a little bit out wide there, side by side with Vinales, and we're up into P10 now. Coming alongside Morbidelli on the Petronas bike. Come on, let's try and get under him. I've got Petrucci trying to come underneath of me, but he just holds it around the outside, carries the momentum. We're a little bit stuck behind Morbidelli there. And we're on the outside here, which is not what we need, but maybe we can sweep in. Yeah, there we go. Nice overtake around the outside. And here we go. We're with our Yamaha teammates now. Through on Vinales, nice and easy. And Rossi braking a little bit early. Don't know what's going on here, but I've run it deep into 13 anyway. And Vinales is probably going to get us back. Come on, let's get back on the racing line. Ho, 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 just about cut him off. And now come around the final corner. Whoa, who's down there? Petrucci just came flying up the inside. Did he take out Vinales as well? No, Vinales is there with Morbidelli. So, in the end, a really solid first lap, and we've made our way up from pretty much last place into P8, which is good. And now we're on the back of our teammate Valentino Rossi. So then along the straight, then we've got Valentino Rossi behind us still, and we're trying to hunt down the Suzuki here of Rins and also the Pramac of Jack Miller. Take it nice and cautious on the brakes at the end of the straight. Everyone seems to be doing the same thing. It's such a tricky braking zone in the dry, let alone in the wet when there's no grip. You can't guarantee your bike's stopping, but it is Marc Marquez that leads. This is not good. Marquez leads from Crutchlow. Dovi's lost the lead on lap 1 somewhere. And Marquez is checking out. Again, this is going to be one of these damage limitation races. So we've got to aim for the podium if we can. See if we can carry on the momentum up through the grid, because we've been making some good progress. Whoa, side by side with Rins there. Right, then I'm going to go power mode 2 again at the start of the next lap. 52.4 from Marquez. 52.5 from us. 51.7 from Crutchlow, and we go up the inside of Rins here at turn 1. Not as I completely mess up the braking zone, but we're going to get him back, hopefully around turn 2. Squeeze him out there, lovely. And into turn 4. Let's exit turn 4 onto the straight, get a nice run down here, because if we don't get a good run down here, we'll carry it all the way down the straight. It's a really long straight. You know what? It might be one of the longest straights in MotoGP, to be honest. The other one I can think of is Kota. We're nice and late on the brakes this time. Get it all slowed down at turn 5. We can start to push the braking zones a little bit as we dial into the circuit. Next on the list is Dovi, who's going backwards. He was leading the race. He was on pole as well, so don't know what's happened to him. He seems to go backwards quite a lot in the Grand Prix and our career mode series, so a bit of a trend there. But here we go, getting a good run, and now we're going to line him up the inside. Make it look easy, really, as we go side by side into turn 10. He's going to try and hold it around the outside, but he's going to have to try and pick up an apex eventually, and we're in his way, and we're through into P5, and now we can line up Miller. Obviously, Miller heading to Factory Ducati next year. That should be interesting, and a thoroughly deserved ride as well. He's properly earned that. And now I can see Crutchlow. Is Crutchlow leading, actually? Crutchlow is leading. Oh, that's crazy. When did Crutchlow take the lead of this Grand Prix? That is crazy. Didn't even realise. We might have to have a look and see how we managed that. Shall we have a look? So it's happened somewhere along the end of this straight. On the brakes, Crutchlow was just crazy committed, and he got the lead of the Grand Prix at the end of that straight. That was crazy. He came from a long way back, so Crutchlow could be our lifeline in the championship. Look at him ahead of Marc Marquez here. That is interesting, and he's managed to hold it as well. So Crutchlow, the flying Brit here out in the wet conditions. So Crutchlow set a 51.2. I'm going for power mode 2 now. The start of this lap. Crutchlow is flying 51.2, and Marquez is falling into the clutches of Quartararo, and I'm going clean around the outside of Jack Miller, which will become the inside line for turn 4. We're going side by side. It's all about who gets the best traction, and that Ducati was squirming. We know our Yamaha has really good traction, but well, it doesn't have a straight line speeder, and I've accidentally squeezed him out as I was trying to see where he was. But anyway, we hold on. So I didn't expect to now be fighting for a podium. We threw on Miller. The Ducatis were struggling in the wet, and the Honda of Cal Crutchlow is leading by an absolute country mile. And you know what? Marquez has a medium, and he did this before and he fell off, or he just struggled Can't remember exactly at a previous race this season where he really did struggle on the mediums. I think it was Jerez, and I think he ended up falling off as well. Yeah, he did, that's right. So Marquez making the same mistake again, clearly can't go for the win on that medium tyre. And Quartararo now putting on the pressure on the back of Marquez. So this is interesting, and once again, if Quartararo beats Marquez, he's going to close us down in the championship, so I've got to make sure I get ahead of Quartararo as well. So this could be an interesting end to the race, as Quartararo is still lining up Marquez. Crutchlow 51 flat. What's our time? 51.9. Half decent, but Crutchlow is properly checking out. Look at the gap there. Crazy stuff, making it work in the wet here today, and Quartararo is still all over the back of Marquez, and they're getting a bit feisty there, and Marquez struggling for traction, and we can start to close him down, but he gets much better acceleration. He struggled with traction, but anyway, Marquez is trying to get Quartararo back, and you know what, the Honda's got the speed, and they're bashing each other. What are they doing? These people are crazy, man. Crazy, as I go very cautious once again into turn 5, and Jack Miller's decided that he's going to come and catch us up. So, whoa, the rear almost went on us there, and Marquez, you can see he's screaming, and his rear's just like all over the place. He's constantly losing that traction, whereas our bike feels really good, and we're going for it up the inside of Marquez. Have we got the job done? For now. There we go, into P3. Kind of temporarily. Can't make any mistakes here. He's still there, and Dovy's closing down as well. So, right. Next on the list, Quartararo. Can we get him? He's got free air now, so I suspect he's going to unleash some newfound pace that he's been holding back behind Marquez, or sorry, I should say he's not been able to use stuck behind Marquez. Interested to see what his pace will be like, but I'm glad we got much better race pace than qualifying. I seem to be struggling in qualifying lately, as we keep discussing in these episodes. 52.8. Dovy's now through on Marquez, and I'm going to have to watch out for that. Marquez is under pressure now. He's falling back through the order. Don't expect to see this, but I'll take it if I can. But I'm kind of worried about the Ducati behind. Miller's behind as well, and Rins is in that pack too. All very quick riders. Just don't know if I have the pace to keep Dovey at bay. He's going to be coming at us pretty quickly. Braking at the end of this straight. Chuck it into turn 5. Nicely through there, but Dovy's still there. Miller's behind him as well. A little bit of a wheelie, and I'm just trying to catch up to Quartararo, but he's checking out a bit, slowly pulling away. Dovy's still there, but Dovy's struggling with traction still, so that could be our saving grace, you know. The fact that he can't put the power down as good as us, that might just save our skin in this race, but I don't know. Dovy's still closing us in. Need to obviously try and get a podium. I don't know if the rain's getting any lighter either. I don't think it is, to be honest. A bit deep at turn 13. Oh, Dovy's there. I can hear him. Oh, he's right behind us now. Chuck it into the final corner. Don't really chuck it. And Dovy's through on the last lap. Dovizioso nicks the last podium position off of us. We've got one more lap to try and get it back. Into turn 1. Sort of really close on pace here in the first sector. But Dovey struggles with traction. And we try around the outside. And it will become the inside line. Oh, God, that was close. I was trying to watch for where he was coming back. And a bit of a wheelie there. Tuck in the slipstream. We've got loads of power mode 2 to help us along. Jack Miller's behind as well. Come on, don't fall apart at the end. Late as we can on the brakes. into turn 5 nicely there. And you know what? Dovi's catching up to Quartararo. Dovi could go from first back to like 5th, then back to like 2nd or something, but Crutchlow is properly gone. I don't know how he's found that pace, but Crutchlow has cleared off. I'm not too worried about Jack Miller behind, but I am worried about what I can do about getting these guys. Petrucci's there as well, so the Ducatis have some late race pace in the wet as well, which is interesting. Gonna go power mode 1. Just want to make sure I make it to the end. I might use power mode 2 on the very last sector, but let's see for now. I need enough fuel to bring the bike home, of course. But 4th place is not really good enough. We need to get a podium, don't we? Because of the reputation. We lose rep unless we get a podium. Bit harsh, but it's what you need for a championship season, I guess. Oh, come on. I don't know if we're going to be able to get them. Dovi might get Quartararo here. Go power mode 2, we should make it to the end. Whoa, bit of a wheelie. Coming into the final corner, Crutchlow takes the win. It looks like Quartararo is going to get 2nd place. I'm going to hold on to 4th. But unfortunately, Dovi beat us to the last step. Not ideal, not ideal, but I would take that. 4th place from like 18th. So we take the lead of the championship. 7 points clear of Marquez, but unfortunately, Quartararo is closing us in. He's only 21 points off the championship lead now, so it's really closing up at the top. Really is. And Crutchlow goes up to 5th place with that win there. Good result for him. So next up is going to be Brno. It's going to be another tough Grand Prix. Qualifying, we might struggle to get into Q2, but let's see, shall we? So here we are in Q2. We made it through. I'm very pleased about that. So 54.870 is the time to beat. And then it is Quartararo who's closing us down at a rate of knots to the championship. He's currently in P2. So let's see if we can break into the 54s. If we can, then we should be on the front row. So that has to be the aim. Coming across the line on our first lap, we're just 6/10 off, and that's only good enough for P11. So we're going to have to go again in this qualifying 2 session. Exiting the final corner, we were about 4/10 off through the 3rd sector. We had a poor 1st sector which cost us, and in the end it's only good enough for P9. 55.4, still about 6/10 off, and in the end it was Valentino Rossi that got pole. Look at that, nicked it from Marquez at the death. That's interesting. So let's see what our race pace is like. Usually our race pace is much better than our qualifying this season, so I'm going to go for a hard rear and a medium front around here at Brno. Full tank of fuel as well, plenty of straights to use that power mode too. So that's the setup we're going to go for. We're on the back of the 3rd row. Rossi and Quartararo, both on the Yamaha as well, have both gone for the same tyre setup too. So lights are about to go out here at Brno. We've got a new anti-wheelie system on the bike. New upgrade, so let's see what our start is like. It's a little bit better. Still need to improve and work on it if we can, but we're coming into turn number 1. Going to hold a tight inside line, and everyone goes around the outside there as we run deep. And we get back into P9. Morbidelli's hit the deck somewhere, which is not good for the Petronas team. Going to be a bit careful on the... Whoa! Not going to be a bit careful on the brakes as we get a huge stoppie and lose 2 positions here. Get them back. Come on. Back into P8 we go, and Dovi has dropped... Whoa! Look at Banaya trying to trip us up, and here comes Alex Marquez as well. And it is Marc Marquez that leads from Rossi and Crutchlow. Crutchlow in 3rd place. He is on a charge lately this season. He's carrying so much momentum off the back of that win in the last race at Finland, but he's run a bit wide there. This is a tricky corner. Turn 7 I find is one of the trickiest corners on this game. I don't know why. I can never get the front to grip up. Get so much understeer through there, I've noticed, especially in qualifying. So Quartararo back into 3rd place. He needs to beat Rossi and Marquez, really, if he wants to get in the lead of the championship anytime soon. And I need to get back up to him if I want to get anywhere near, because we got P4 in the last race. We need another good result if we can. Wow, that wasn't a good result. We need some good results. That's what I'm trying to say. We need to get back on the podium. We need some more wins. But that's not happening today. Austria and Silverstone, which is going to be the next episode. That should be a good episode for us. I'm hoping we can get a couple of wins. Back-to-back wins in that episode will be fantastic for us. But we've got Quartararo to deal with at the minute. Anyway, it's Marquez that leads from Valentino and then Fabio on the Petronas Yamaha. So let's keep it in power mode 2 for now. See if we can close down the Ducati anytime soon, and our teammate as well, Maverick, in P6. So see if we can pick up some slipstream down this back straight, get a good exit if we can, flip the bike over, and this is where the Ducati starts to really pull away. Not a lot we can do about it other than try and closing down on the brakes this time as we swoop around the outside and just slot in front. Wow, we try it. Didn't quite work. Bit aggressive. And under him this time and lift him up. There we go. We have to be aggressive if we want to catch up. Sorry, Dovi, as Marquez. Wow, Alex Marquez following us through there. That's hilarious. And a bit deep into turn 5. This track is so sensitive to the racing lines because it's such a wide circuit as well. And once again, turn 7. So much understeer around turn 7. Bloody hell. That's crazy. Marquez checking out again. This is what he did last race, and then obviously in the wet conditions he couldn't keep the momentum going. It looks like he probably will in the dry here. Now I've got Alex Marquez's brother and teammate trying up our inside, which I'm not going to allow. Luckily we got on the brakes down to turn 10. Oh, he's even better though, look at that. Back off. Gonna slot in front of him, gonna have to defend aggressively. I've got to try and chip away at this gap to Maverick here. And Nakagami doing well for LCR in 5th place as well. LCR Honda really showing good up here. Bruno 4th and 5th their riders at the minute. You can expect Crutchlow in 4th or 5th, but Nakagami to be up there as well. You're not going to expect every single race, but 55.5 from Marquez. We do a 56.7. And we're trying to hunt down Maverick Vinales as we head into turn number 1 up the inside of our teammate there. We've got the inside line and he has to drift out wide. Half throttle and then release. Full throttle onto this back straight and we're through into P6. And the next up on the list is Nakagami. Can we close him down? Commit on the brakes into turn 3. That's better. Finally nail the braking zone at turn 3. Flip the bike over. Try and get a good run through turn 4. Early on the power if we can, a little bit wide onto the AstroTurf. And the rumble strip there. Braking. Oh, look at this, underneath Nakagami. Whoa, he will not be happy about that. And to be honest, I'm not too happy that I've just done that. I didn't mean to. I just went too hot on the brakes. And we just ended up the inside of Nakagami, ruining that good result for LCR. Close your eyes, chaps, that didn't happen. So, 6 tenths off of Cal Crutchlow now. Slap on the wrist from the stewards probably. But we're into P5. We've got to be aggressive, man. We've got to do what we can. But Quartararo in P2. This championship is going to be really tight come the end. So at the minute, we're leading by 7 points. Marquez is going to retake the lead and Quartararo is going to gain on me. So I've got to try and get ahead of Crutchlow and Rossi if I can. Get us back on a podium if we can. But we've only got 2 long laps left after this one. It is a long circuit. It's almost 2 minutes long. 1:55.5 was Marquez's previous lap time. And it was the fast lap of the race as well. So let's see what happens this time round. Can't see any fast lap of the race from anyone. We do a 56 flat. That's a personal best for us. So, let's see. Who's going to get the podium? Can we close down Valentino? Can we close down Crutchlow? Can we get the 3rd step of the podium? That's what we have to aim for. We've got Alex Marquez coming at a rate of knots as well. He's through on our teammate. And chucking it in nicely. I can really nail the braking zone at turn 3 now. It's just about if we can get a decent line through 4. Just get some understeer around here at this circuit, I'm noticing as well. And I'm kind of worried about the pace that the guy behind is catching up to. But anyway, we could get an overtake on Cal Crutchlow here. So we go side by side. I'm getting my understeer. But we're through on Crutchlow into P4. Next on the list is Valentino Rossi. I've got to try and defend from Crutchlow as well. I feel like he might come back at us pretty easily. I'm going to have to go power mode 2. So a better turn of pace here at Brno in the race when compared to qualifying. We qualified P9 and we're here in P4. Heading into the last lap, we could challenge Rossi for the last step of the podium. So let's see if we can gear up for an attack here on the final lap. Try and get a good run onto the main straight. Rossi losing the rear a little bit. Trying to pick up his slipstream, but we've got Crutchlow behind as well. And I've got plenty of power mode 2 to try and do the job. Whoa, I didn't expect to close in, and Rossi on the inside. Whoa, contact with our teammate. I didn't expect to get alongside Rossi, so I was stuck on the outside. I was trying to take a nice swooping line, but I ended up going side by side with the Italian, and Crutchlow is allowed to catch up. And what is Rossi doing? Why is he braking so early? Oh, right, okay. Slow and fast out, I guess, from the Italian. Nice little cheeky tactic. And he's back in third place. Oh, come on, Rossi. Where can we get him? Oh, he's done it again. He's gone and done it again. We run it a bit deep at turn 5. This time, though, he's not able to get through. Right, so we've picked up P3. Rossi's really lost pace. Maybe he's just run out of tyres or something. But we're on to the podium. So we should gain some reputation back as well if we can finish in P3. And I think we might, because Rossi's got Crutchlow and Alex Marquez to worry about. So we can just concentrate on just bringing the bike home. I doubt I'm going to be able to close down Quartararo, but he could make a mistake here at the end. But we'll see. We've got power mode 2 to run to the end of the race pretty much, so you never know what's going to happen. Like, I didn't expect to be on the podium right now. Not going to lie, I thought I was going to struggle to even go forward from P9. But anyway, that's behind us, and we can just bring it around the final 2 corners now. Chuck it into turn 13. Plenty of fuel left. Navigate the final corner on the power. Marc Marquez takes the win from Quartararo, and then we round it off in P3. A nice result for us there. Rossi in P4 holds on. And we didn't manage to ever break into the 55s. But this is going to make the championship interesting. Marquez takes the lead, just 2 points ahead of us. Quartararo only 19 points back now. He's closing in. He's coming. The Frenchman's coming for his first title if he can get it. It's interesting, really, because there's 2 Yamaha riders from 2 different teams fighting for the championship. So that's going to be interesting, as well as Marc Marquez as well. But anyway, that's been it for today's episode. I really do hope you have enjoyed, and if you are enjoying the series, smash the like button, share it around with your friends, and do not forget to subscribe for more F1 and MotoGP gaming content. So I'll see you guys in the next episode.